Benefit number 2 is even more powerful than just solving problems. And therefore, I'm going to tell you that benefit a bit later. But let's start with the first benefit. How can these practices create the nurturing ground to sprout new ideas, to solve our current problems? Those problems could be in our business, as the speakers before me had come up, or it could be in our careers. So let's start. I'm going to tell you 3 stories. And in those 3 stories are embedded the principles of these practices. So now, my question to you is this. What principles did you discover in all the 3 success stories? Probably it is this. If you and I want to create innovation, we have to do something. The first thing we could do is visit strange places and speak to unlikely strangers. And then remember last time you went to someone's burial. Remember how you felt, of course, through your grief and everything. But when you stepped out, you had moments of absolute philosophical clarity as to what life is about. What is really important and what is not. Raise your hand if any one of you had at least one such experience. You walked out of that burial and you had this clarity. So now what I did was walk down into the valley, picked those 20% up, which I loved, came into my house and put those pieces of paper all over my floor like that and started studying it. What is it about those 20% that had engaged me? What is it about those 20% that excited me? And as I think he pointed out, what is it about those 20% that made me miss them when I didn't see them? And there are 2 things that I saw. One is they weren't trying to sell me anything.
We have absolutely no idea, but I think Advait will be able to tell you about story points. I think that's quite fascinating.
So I think asking that question itself is being waylaid from the main road. Then storytelling becomes another tactic. Storytelling is not a tactic. Storytelling is an expression. And of course, I get that it has to be snackable, and that's necessary. But what I remind myself, Advait, is the moment you turn storytelling into another of those to-do things, it's game's up. Because since yesterday we've been saying that our audience is incredibly sensitive to when something is a tactic. A tactic is always advertising or selling. Neither of that's going to work. Authenticity comes through. And it's a frightening place